All right, guys, what is going on? Appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you guys for being patient. If you guys can hear me, please press 1. Appreciate you, Miss Paula. Please press 1. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Sorry about it. I just got done going on bike ride and rocking everywhere. Give me 1 second. Let me see here. I gotta see if I can turn this up a little bit. Nikki, thank you for being here. NorCal girl. Gloria, Heather, thank you guys for all being here. Tanya. All right, it's probably going to take a few for people to start joining in. I haven't been live in a while. I haven't really posted nothing in a while. It's been, about 9 days or something like that. Hey, Ashley, thank you guys for all being here. Brandy, Yvette. Let me see here. Give me 1 second. That way we could I'll go ahead and kick it off with this one right here. Boom. All right, cool beans. All right, guys. So I'm sure you guys heard already that it seems like Trezel and Jacqueline have been requesting to see the other children while they're in custody. So right here it says Trezel and Jacqueline West served with criminal protective orders. Give me 1 second. I need to make sure that this thing is actually, they should lose all parental rights. All right, so what I'll do is we'll go over a few things. Hey, Miss April, how are you? Yeah, I've had a lot of stuff on my mind, guys, so that doesn't mean we're not out there doing anything. Sometimes I just need to take a little break. I already decided that I'm not going to deal with no negative people at all. None of them. Doesn't matter who it is. No responding, no nothing. But anyway, right here, Bakersfield, KJET, the California City couple charged with killing Orrin and Orson West were served criminal protective orders on Tuesday in connection with their other children. Prosecutors sought to stop Trezel and Jacqueline West from seeing their 2 biological children. Let me make sure you guys can see that. I'm not sure if all you guys have actually seen this article yet. Let me take that off the screen real quick. Okay. Biological children and 2 remaining adopted children out of concerns the parents would influence them regarding the criminal case. So they have been denied. From what I understand, they have been denied, so they cannot see those kids at all. Let's move down to this one here. An afternoon hearing on the matter was closed to the public. It's unclear if the motion was granted in full, if it applies to only some of the children, or what exactly occurred. So I've been talking to you guys know that, I work with a few retired detectives out of California, not from another town or another state. They're right here. And most of them have worked closely with Bakersfield, including Los Angeles. And I was told that for a high profile case, this is going to be considered a high profile case because there's adopted children involved, that they might shut it to the public, or they might have done it already. Who knows? Okay. And that's because there's children involved, adopted children. While not stated in court, the seeking of such a motion suggests at least one of the children may have witnessed. You guys see this article here, right? The seeking of such a motion suggests at least one of the children may have witnessed a crime and be called to testify, along with charges of murder and child cruelty brought against the West, is an allegation that they induced a minor to assist in committing a crime. I mean, think about it. If one of those kids, let's just say they walked in or they seen what was happening, it makes sense for them not to be able to have a visit from those kids. You never know. They could be, those kids could be victims as well of Trezel and Jacqueline. So can you guys imagine that if they had got it approved to see them? All it takes is a look from someone at one of those kids in a bad type of way to have one of those kids shut down and not want to talk about nothing. So I think that was really smart on the part of the county of Kern County, saying no, that's not going to happen. You're not going to be granted visitation rights. What do you guys think about that? Hang them by their feet, especially Trezel. Instigator was. Hold on, I'm trying to read through you guys' comments now. It's blurry. What, this paper here? Hold on, give me a second. Let me the screen is blurry. Is that what you're saying? You can't see this? Okay. A gag order has been issued in the case, barring attorneys and others from talking about it. Superior Court Judge Chad, at the request of attorneys, updated the gag order Tuesday to include all motions and other filings, as well as all future filings in the case. Let's see here. Where are the boys? This time, another birth mother is asking about sons allegedly being placed with the West. You guys already know. You guys should know that when she came out on the news looking for her kids, and come to find out they're right there in their home still with Trezel and Jacqueline West. Well, not like physically in the home anymore, but those were the other kids that were staying with them. Let's move on to the next one here. What's that? Alexia. During the morning session, Alexia Torres, defense lawyer for Jacqueline West, told the court the West last year were allowed twice weekly visits after the remaining children were taken into protective custody. During the 13 months, there's been no instance where either of the clients have spoken to their children about the case or have influenced them, persuaded them, intimidated them, etc., which is what the people are alleging. Let me see here. I just want to make sure that you guys are, I have to keep flipping between screens, so I'm going to flip back over here to StreamYard. Is the screen still blurry? Can you guys see it pretty good? How many times have they seen them in the last year? Oh, yeah, we got the flyers and we got bracelets, guys. We are sending those things out. You don't have to worry about no shipping costs. We're shipping them to you. Let me see here. Okay, so here it says during the last, for your question, somebody had a question right now about how many times they've seen them. During the last 13 months, there's been no instance where either of our clients have spoken to their children. Wait a minute. I thought I just read where they've seen them. How many times did they see them until the court the last year? Oh, right here. They were allowed twice weekly visits. So Jacqueline West told the court that the West last year were allowed twice weekly visits. So no telling how many times they actually got a chance to see him within that year, but they were allowed 2 times for weekly visits. I want to make sure I'm reading that right. All right, here we go here. Under no circumstances are they allowed to be alone with their children. DA said there is evidence Orrin and Orson West died before reported missing. And that's going to be, the whole. Okay, what just happened? Let's give me a second. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay. And you guys already know that that's going to be where they believe they came up missing 3 months prior to them making this phone call. All right. Right here we have. So this is Miss Torres speaking, Jacqueline's lawyer. She said now that the West are in custody, they would likely be limited to monthly visits, which could be done in person or virtually. Okay, and it looks like Trezel and Jacqueline both of them were willing to take the option of virtually, most likely. All right, prosecutors have said Orrin 4 and Orson 3 were killed 3 months. Yeah, 3 months before they got reported missing. All right, here we got Trezel West, 35, told authorities the boys were playing outside of their California home. I mean, you guys all know this already. He said he briefly went inside, and when he came back out, they had vanished. Jacqueline West, 32, backed up his version of events. And you guys know it was all bullshit, right? All of it was BS. So their whole story that they came up with, they had 3 months, according to, the DA and them saying that, it was 3 months prior to before they made that call. They had 3 months to get a little story going. And that's the story that they decided to put out there. Don't know why, but that's exactly what they said. Let me see here. You guys remember that, these attorneys are state appointed attorneys, and they're going to do whatever they can to try to make their clients look innocent, like they didn't do anything wrong at all. I mean, they might even try blaming the other kids for doing it. You guys never know. They could, excuse me, they could literally do that and try to blame these other kids. They are in a corner. They're trapped. They can't get out. They have no bond. They cannot get out. So, of course, they're going to do whatever it is that they're going to try to do. Whatever story that is, they're going to try to, come up with. That's what they're going to do. Let me see here. I'm trying to read through your comments now. Gloria says, I think they should not be allowed to see their kids. They harm 2 innocent kids. Excuse me. You think they have some type of love for their own kids? I don't think so. Hello from Miami area. Hello, Gloria. Thank you for that. Nikki says, I say no to visits. Let's see here. So what do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about that? That they are trying to, or we're trying to get, these visits going on for the kids to come up in there. I really believe that that's a good idea, that they did not allow them to do that, because you never know. I mean, from everything that we were able to gather, all the information that we've got, it shows that Trezel is kind of a control freak, man. It's starting, I don't know what's going on with the water out there in Bakersfield, but that guy has a serious control issue. Seems like he never wanted to walk out, in front of people. They always went the back route. He always carried that stick. The kids are victims. I believe they are. I believe that they are victims. I've had some people email me and tell me that, oh no, the kids probably did it. They're all in on it and they're guilty as well. But I really believe that, if there was a child that could have been involved with doing that or whatever happened, they are victims as well. Oh, I know. Trezel was drinking that nasty Bakersfield water, huh? Hey, that water's nasty everywhere. Even out here in Palmdale, you can't even drink that crap no more. Not from the faucet, at least. Exactly, Maria. Maria said, where did her comment go? Right here. Boom. Why should they see their children when the bio parents will never see their boys again? Absolutely. That's a fact. I'm gonna be giving Paul a phone call here in a little bit. Um, he's gonna talk about another big case that he's been working on for a very long time. And so, Paul has become a very close friend of mine, a mentor. He's a retired detective. He knows all these California laws and anything that's going on. So, Paul, I'm going to be giving him a call here in a few, but he has a really big case, man. You guys are all going to know exactly which case it is as soon as he starts talking about it. I'm kind of excited to work with him on that case as well. Okay, let's see here. Effing moron mentality. That's right. Boop. He's big and bad, and Jack acting like a freaking doormat. Exactly. But what if we find out? What if we find out that she was the mastermind behind it? What if, right? I mean, everything's going to come out in the open eventually. Everybody's going to know exactly what took place and what happened. Little Nikki said, I hope the bio parents have a recourse to hold DCFS accountable. I'm sure they do. And you know what? There's a lot of other people that's been emailing me with some horrible stories about DCFS taking their children from Bakersfield, including out here in Los Angeles. It's everywhere. Let me see here. He was scared. He was afraid people would see him. William Morris. Right. That makes sense. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to keep track of everyone's comment here. Making sure we keep all trolls out. They would be smart not to comment, because as soon as I see their name, I'm blocking them. Boom. Immediately. Jackie's just as evil as Trezel. Exactly. All right, so let's check this out real quick. I'm going to go back to this page here. There was another article I wanted to show you guys. I'm pretty sure if you guys read this here, that's exactly what happened. There's going to be one of those kids that seen something. They're keeping them away for a reason, guys. Let me find this other article real quick. Give me 1 second, guys, if you can. Where is it at? I wonder if I mean, I've seen it happen before. I don't know if it's going to happen in this case, but I kind of wonder if they're going to try to do another bail hearing. And I hope those people never, ever be able to get bonded out from that. I haven't shared the link yet, Carla. So I'm going to share a link here in a few minutes. That way, if you guys have any questions, you want to talk about how you feel, you guys could go ahead and join on the link. Yeah, I'm sorry, Brandy. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry that, I haven't really been uploading much, guys. I mean, I have a lot of stuff, man, that's on my mind. Let me see here. They shouldn't get to see the light of day. And I do want to thank all you guys for being here, your continuous love and support. I was watching a video the other day. Let me see if I could hold on, guys. Give me a second. I'm over here looking at some stuff. I'm trying to find this article. But I was watching this video the other day, and this guy has a really big YouTube channel, and he said that there's a big difference between supporters and just people trying to, get information. He's all the supporters are the ones that actually miss you, when you're gone and you haven't posted nothing up. They start asking about you. The other ones are basically there just to, you know, hear a little bit what's going on and then keep it pushing. But I do appreciate all you guys because the more people that hear about the story, the more it gets spread like wildfire. And I've said it before that you guys are the reason why the case with the boys went as far as it did. Everybody, every one of you guys out there that shared the videos and talked about it amongst friends and family, it's because of you guys. Got nothing to do with no one else, but you guys did that. You made it happen. Because I'm pretty sure that this whole thing would not have even been anywhere at all. It might have been on KGT a couple times, but they hardly even get any views. They don't get nothing. Matter of fact, they get a few thousand here and there, but it doesn't get national news. It doesn't hit nationwide. And so you guys inspired me to keep going forward with searching for some kids I don't even know. You guys did that. You guys did that straight up. Even though you knew I was going through a bad time and a horrible time and a rough time as it was, you guys kept saying, keep searching. So I prayed on it, and that's exactly what we kept doing. Yeah, from what I understand, some type of court hearing tomorrow. NorCal, fun loving couple, what's up? Yeah, that's why I said I feel like I could do more. I mean, Paul has been down here so many times. He's came down from far, and there was a lot of times when nobody even knew we were out there searching at all. But we were out there searching everywhere after the warrant was issued for their arrest. So this whole thing here, They weren't actually going to put that warrant out for their arrest that day. They were going to wait, but people kept on rushing it. Like, oh look, they're over here, they're over there, they're over here, they're right here, they're at the post office, they're here, they're there, and so they had to, rush in and get that arrest. Here, hold on, I'm still trying to look this up real quick. Paul just sent me a message. Long Beach Audits, what's up? All right, so after this, you guys are going to hear an interview. It's a recording of, once we're done talking about, the dirt bags, Trezel and Jacqueline, you guys are going to hear an interview that's never been heard before. And guess who it's from? Paul and Charles Manson. That's the case that Paul's been working on for a very long time. So I'm going to play that interview for you guys after this is over with. But if you guys want to stick around for that, there is a lot of stuff that has never been out there on any type of documentaries, nothing. And Paul has all the whole rundown for that. I do thank you guys and appreciate you guys. Anybody that has helped in the past with getting us to these locations, I thank you guys for doing that. Let me see here. You guys keep in mind, someone, big thank you and a big shout out to the person, I don't know if you want your name out there, that makes the flyers, including the bracelets. She does it for free. She does it, just makes it, and then she sends it, and then we send it out. No one's getting charged for no bracelets, no flyers. We pay for the shipping and handling, and it goes to wherever it needs to go to. We just mailed out, I think it was about 30 or 40 of them yesterday, I believe. So if anybody needs a bracelet or flyers, get in touch with me, and we will be sending more of them out. You guys, also on top of that, One Hat Nama. I wish I had the link. One Hat Nama, she does Scentsy products, and she has a lot of good stuff. You guys gotta check her out. Nama, did you want to put your the information right here, and then I'll pin it up? She has a lot of product, guys, and if you guys go over there and check her out, let her know I sent you, and we'll just go from there. But yeah, she's been doing a lot, guys. Appreciate that super chat. You guys be careful with super chatting because we got eyeballs that are watching with anger, even though everybody else could get, super chats and everything else like that. But whatever. Anyway, my channel, we do what we're going to do here. Let's see here. There we go. I don't know if I could, you guys might need to push that in on the search bar. https://hotnama.cincy.us. Click the UWS. She meant fundraiser. You guys got to check that out. She got some really good stuff. So anything that you guys purchase, it goes to helping anybody and everybody, the homeless mostly. So, I mean, we help a lot of homeless people, guys. You guys knew that they need food, they need blankets, they need all kinds of stuff. Tornado watch. Let me see here. We got a question. Natasha, do you think that the fire at the grandmother's house had anything to do with the boys? They were quick to clean it up. I do believe so. I really do believe so. I believe they were trying to cover something up. Mary, you just gotta send me an email. Mary wants to know how much are the bracelets. You got to send me an email, Mary. You got to leave your address and we mail them out to you. They're free. And the flyers. I mean, in this day and age, all a person would have to do is take a picture of the flyer and then they can go and make copies. But if you guys need flyers or bracelets, get a hold of me. We're still sending them out. Let me see here. All right, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send an invite out. And if any of you guys want to yes, they did. They asked to see their kids. I know we have a couple people that sent me a text earlier that Remy, you ready? I'm going to put the link right here. Boom. All right, go ahead. I just shared the StreamYard link. If you want to join in, that way you can talk about what you want to talk about. Earlier, you said you wanted to say something. And then after that, we will give Paul a call and have Paul run some stuff past you guys. I mean, there's really no new updates, guys. The only update there is they wanted to see their other kids. You know what I mean? So there are locations that can still be searched, but that's really, I don't know, man. I don't know what people want to do anymore. Baby killers don't deserve the right to visit their kids. Okay, I'm going to put the link one more time. There's the link. All you have to do is click on that link and it will bring you right in here. And I'll bring you straight to the front of the platform. And that way you can speak what's on your mind. Exactly. Let me see here. Wait. Where did it go? There it is. Brainwash and abuse them. That's exactly what would happen. But you guys know that anytime somebody goes to visit them or they make a phone call, that stuff is all being recorded. I mean, they're listening like a hawk, especially for a case like this. Heather, appreciate you. Thank you for putting that out there. Let me see here. We do have a few other cases as well, guys, that we are going to be working on. It's up to the parents, though, when they are ready for me to start releasing the video footage that I've gotten so far. Some people, I mean, some of these parents are afraid to even have the videos posted on YouTube because of all the drama and the stuff that they see that happens, you know? Let me see here. Okay, Remy, I was waiting for you to join. I don't know if you're able to join or not. I know earlier you sent me a text and said that you wanted to come on the live stream. So there is the link one more time. We'll give it about a minute or so. And then after that, I'm going to call Paul on the phone. Yes, we're actually working on one of those cases right now, an adult case. No, I don't think they're going to let them see those kids, man. There's too much. at risk. Let me see here. You know what's crazy is parents that don't deserve to have their kids taken, they get taken. But the ones that do deserve, they don't take them. And those kids end up staying in a home where they end up eventually getting killed. Appreciate that, sis. I mean, you know what? I'm gonna tell you guys something right now. If it wasn't for Miss Paula contacting me today, we wouldn't be here on this live stream right now. I'm telling you that right now. Sometimes you just get, fed up with bullshit. But you guys all know that the way she explained some stuff to me earlier. That's why, I do appreciate everybody, and I do thank you guys for all being here. It's a lot of responsibility, guys. It's not as easy as people think it is. There's a lot of people that actually care about, what's going on, and not just that, you guys care about me as well, just like I care about you guys. So there's times where I need to just sit down and gather my thoughts. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm gonna let Miss Gail on. Miss Gail, you ready?
There's a video that's circulating right after Jackie and Trezel went to jail. And the video shows Josiah West, Philip West, standing in front of the West home with a trash bag and a large gas can, getting into a taxi cab.
It's a video?
Yes. And it's circulated online, and it shows them plain as day, 2 days after the arrest, getting into a taxi cab with this stuff in front of the West house.
Okay, wait. Let's back up real quick.
The arrest, getting into a taxi cab with this stuff in front of the West house.
Hold on real fast, Miss Gail. Hey, Mr. Morris, welcome to the
platform. Yes, sir.
Hi. Is there any way you could turn down your volume? Hold on real fast, Miss Gail. Hey, Mr. Morris.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the Yes, sir. I got it. There's a lot of feedback. I'm sorry about that. It's really loud on our side, Mr. William Morris.
Okay, is it done?
Yeah, can you hear me pretty good?
I can hear you great. No, I had my YouTube running in the background. I had to shut it off.
Okay, appreciate you doing that. Yeah, there's a lot of feedback. But let me just talk to Miss Gail real quick. So, okay, let me rewind and make sure I got this straight. You're saying that 2 days after the arrest?
Yes.
That who was in the taxi?
Okay. Josiah and Philip West were standing in front of the West home with a large trash bag, a white trash bag, and a huge can of gasoline. The taxi pulls up, they get into the taxi and drive off. And this is on a video circulating online. Wow. And the video was shared with the district attorney's office.
Wow, I got to check that out.
I'm going to have to too, because I've been watching this and following this since day one.
Yeah, welcome to the stream, by the way, Mr. Morris. Did you want to say anything?
Just that with the visitation rights and stuff like that, that there's no way that anybody in their right mind would give them the visitation. Been through this myself a couple of times with some friends, not as far as the deaths go, but as far as them taking away and being under investigation. Especially in California, they have a real strict If you're being investigated for anything and your children have been taken, they won't allow you to talk to them, be around them, or associate with them in any way once you've been uh, arrested or even questioned by the police department.
Wow. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's why the protective order was put in place. Um, Now, I mean, from day one, I've always said Trezel, I that they were guilty
Right.
just by their demeanor and the way they were talking.
Right.
And then when they were arrested without bodies, it kind of, gave me a little piece of hope. But now we just need to find the boys and get them home and give them the proper burial or the proper help they need.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's one reason why we're still continuing to search. Just because I don't, constantly post and post doesn't mean we're not out there looking.
Oh no, I
But
know that. I watch you and I watch everybody else who's involved in this, including Duty Ron and
right.
everybody else. And I was just watching a video that he was put out a couple hours ago, and that's when I seen your live and switched over. Um, Anytime you go live, I try to catch it because I know it's going to give me some type of information on anything that I've been thinking.
Absolutely. Appreciate that. And are you out this way in California or?
I'm right here in Las Vegas.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah,
So I
appreciate
mean,
that.
I'm not that far away from y'all, but at the same time, I grew up in North Sacramento, so
Gotcha. Yeah, I was actually speaking to someone out there in Vegas. He has cadaver dogs out that way. I guess he has a couple of them, but he never showed up. So that's when we started.
he's a nomad.
A nomad. Okay. Oh, so you know who I'm talking about then.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's when we started working with Paul. And I mean, Paul's been a big blessing. He's came out here and done a lot of stuff. So I'm kind of curious about this video. I just had somebody send me the actual video to my phone.
Yeah, if there's any way you could put it on your stream,
Yeah, let me see.
or tag me in it.
Okay, guys. So, Miss Thornberry, where do I find that video here on YouTube?
What, sweetheart?
Well, I don't want to break the rules by mentioning another YouTuber's name, but I sent it to your phone, to your text.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
I sent it to your phone.
Oh, you did?
It's on your text. There's a lot of stuff on your text, but that's on your text.
Okay.
Because, the boys has got to be found.
100%.
It doesn't matter who finds them. As long as they're found, that's what counts.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. That is true.
I'm already going to tell you it's probably going to be either the YouTubers or one of the searchers. It's not going to be anything to do with the police department, the FBI, marshals, none of them.
No. I mean,
because as far as they're concerned, they're going to go ahead and prosecute them without bodies, which means their case is already basically closed, and it's up to the rest of us who give a shit to find them.
Right. Oh, okay.
I mean,
so
I'm not downplaying the police department or anything to do with authorities, but when it comes to that, it seems to me that on every case that they go ahead and try to prosecute without a body, basically the bodies are null and void anymore.
That's true. That's true. I mean,
I'm an avid cold case and murder mysteries basically watcher. So when it comes to all that, I basically see it all.
Okay. You know what I've been noticing? Because I do talk to a lot of detectives out from the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department, and they told me straight out that right now they're understaffed, and a lot of tips or anything that they get comes from people, comes from folks like us,
Yeah.
and that the only way, like, there's a couple properties out here that we found, they can't even step foot on those properties because the owners won't give permission, or they can't get a search warrant, for certain things. There's a lot of stuff that they can't do, and
Yeah.
I'm like,
There's a
what?
certain there's a
Go
whole
ahead.
bunch of property out there and land out there that is privately owned, and a lot of people will not give permission, and if you're caught on there, they'd rather have you arrested than help you.
Absolutely right. Because we I don't know if you've seen the case that we're working on here for Monique Figueroa, but
Yeah,
we
I've
actually
been.
have a location on where at least half of her remains are, but they're just not doing anything about it. Sheriff's Department, and then it's like pulling teeth out of their mouth just to get them to come over here for Gloria.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. There's just so much stuff going on. It's crazy. Yeah, we're gonna be going into the Monique Figueroa case here in a couple days. There's a couple updates, and I need to speak with her dad anyway. But yeah, that's another case. Monique, and it's tragic what happened to her. The things they did to her before she passed away was just insane what they did. But we'll
Yeah,
put
I can only imagine what the hell she went through. I mean,
right.
it's a shame that people go and do this, to other people, and then think they'll never get caught.
Yeah, that's what they
What
think.
What do you want, sweetheart? Okay, then come down the slide.
From what I understand, Drea, well, me myself, I don't believe they made it to the house in Cal
I don't
City.
think they ever did either. I think they're somewhere between Bakersfield and Cal City.
Wait, let me read her comment. They were sold to the cabal for a satanic ritual. It sounds crazy what you just said, but stuff like that really happens. There's some sick puppies out there in this world, man. They
Yeah.
do crap like that. It's crazy. I'm gonna put the link again, and I'm gonna be calling Paul on the phone. I still need to link up with Crenshaw. Crenshaw was actually going to come on the live. Something happened. Not sure, what happened, but she wasn't able to get on the live stream right now.
Yeah. See, I've never actually met any of you guys in person, and I've only seen every one of your videos and 95% of your live streams.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. I'm I'm looking at this video now that was just sent to me. So it's a really fast video. It's only like 4 or 5 seconds showing them walking out with like I think it's a trash bag or something. All right, let me let Gail back on.
Okay, they do a close up on the gas can too that he's got in his hand if you watch the whole thing.
I mean,
Yeah, I just was looking at. Go ahead.
does it look like the trash bag's heavy, or does it look like it might be just full of clothes, or?
I don't know.
What I'll do is after this stream, I'll post the picture on my community post. But it looks like it could be like a box or something in the bag, and he does
Get
have
off the dirt.
a gas can. But I mean,
Okay, but lay in the grass and look at the stars. Not in the dirt.
I think if he, if he's carrying something out in the open like that, I don't think it's.
Well,
I don't know.
it shows in there too, AB, if you watch. He sees that he's on camera and he tries to back out, and then he realizes he's been caught anyway and goes on. If you look at his actions.
On that video, so the video
if you watch it real close, at one point he starts looking around like, yeah, I've already put myself out here. I might as well go all the way with it. Watch it real carefully.
Yeah, I need to see that actual video because
and why would anybody in broad daylight 2 days after they get arrested call a cab, have a big old can of gasoline and that trash bag, and get into a cab? Where did they go? What were they doing?
But what kind of cab company would let you take gasoline in their cab?
I don't know, but that's weird.
Yeah,
that's pretty
weird.
That is weird. In broad daylight,
and weird because you're not.
He realizes that there's a camera. He starts looking around real funny, and he starts to like back up a minute, but then he hesitates and he goes on in the cab.
You guys give me 1 second. Boy, you guys could talk. Just give me 1 second. I gotta answer the phone. Hey.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because I mean,
right
even when you run out of gas and you call a cab,
maybe
it might have been a friend or somebody.
I'm not saying they did. I'm just saying that it just makes me wonder. Did they make a call home?
They had to have had a friend driving a cab because there's no way in hell they would have been able to get into any other cab with a can of gasoline.
Well, it shows the cab driver in the video, I think. So, and it's a cab.
Oh no, I mean I understand it's a cab, but I'm just saying that it's really funny because 95% of your cab companies aren't going to allow chemicals in their vehicle.
That's true.
Somebody's letting it happen.
They wouldn't. Yeah, even if you run out of gas and you go to get gas, they'll take you from your car to the gas company. I mean, to the gas station, but they won't let you put gas or anything in their vehicle to take you back.
That is pretty weird, right?
Well, somebody needs to check into that. Seriously, check in.
They sent it to BPD already, right? That video.
Well, it was sent to the district attorney. I don't know about anything else, but it was sent to Cynthia Zimmerman. It was shared with her.
Okay, if you guys could give me a second, we have Remy. Remy's been trying to get on. She has something she's wanting to say. Did you want to go ahead, Remy?
Hi, AV.
Hey.
I just wanted to tell you that's exactly what I was gonna tell you, but she already told you and stuff like that. Yeah, it's kind of sus. I don't think that's okay. I don't know what the hell they was up to with doing that. I mean, and you know what's weird too is the van door was already open for them to get in. That's kind of weird. They already had it open for them to just jump right in. They didn't even hesitate.
It was a taxi van?
I'm not sure. Everyone's floating around saying it's a taxi van, but I mean, if they jumped in the back, could possibly be taxi for sure, because nobody jumped in the front seat, so it could be that. I mean, Philip was out on he was in his front yard, like lurking, being a eye watcher, before his son came out, make sure. But I guess he missed it with somebody recording, so they already caught them, and there's no going back.
Wow.
There's no going back.
So there was no markings on this van that said taxi company.
No, because they was behind the van when they videotaped, not on the side. So it's kind of hard, That's what I was trying to figure out. The
taxi,
people who recorded,
Uber, Lyft?
Yep, it was behind them.
Well, you on a taxi company, they would put the number and the name of their business on the back of it, especially.
Uber or Lyft don't have anything except for the little signs on the windows.
Right. You do. Does it show a color of the van or anything, or?
I believe it was black. if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, black man.
I'll be right back,
It
AV.
was
I'm going to
black.
go grab a cup of coffee.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good right about now. So that's what you wanted to talk about? That
Yeah, just like everything in general with Jacqueline Trezel, it's just
right.
I'm just sick to my stomach. This case just got me like all like, oh, I just don't understand. I I don't know. A lot of people were bashing me because I always said, adopted parents were guilty, and it's just like I knew it, and I knew it, and I would never stop. And everybody is entitled to their own opinion with whether they said, oh, they're innocent who proven guilty. Yeah, we get that, but from day one, seeing the interview and this everything, it's just that didn't add up, and it didn't make sense at all.
Right. Well, the whole interview, anybody with common sense know they were lying. Just with their body language and everything else. That just the whole story didn't make sense at all. And they were not counting on that neighbor's camera to pick all that up.
Mhm.
Let me see here. Yeah, I
Like
want to
everybody
show.
needs to put cameras on them from now on.
I'm looking for. Hold on, guys. While you guys are on here, I'm still looking for this footage real quick.
Yeah,
I sent
I
you a
got
text and everything of where to go. It says
Oh, you
the
did?
name.
Okay, give me a
Read
second. Let
it,
me check.
and then I don't want to, be hot.
All right, give me 1 second.
a question for you.
Yeah.
Um, the van seats and everything that were supposed to have been found, did they ever take them for evidence, or did they leave them out there in the desert?
You know what? I'm not sure on that. You would think they would have taken them.
Yeah, but there was nothing in evidence according to the police department.
Well, they put this case together. There's something. There's something
Yeah,
that
no,
made
no,
them
I
charge
mean
him.
that wasn't part of the evidence that was found. I mean that was released.
Right. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna be putting out all kinds of evidence right now.
I mean they did talk about you know finding evidence in the home, finding this and that, but yet nothing was ever mentioned about the van seats that were called on twice, not just once.
Right. That's true. Do you remember the name? I see the channel, but do you remember the name of the video that we're talking
Yeah,
about?
Josiah
something about
Trezel.
Boozer Boy, uh, Jerzel's brother, and Philip. Something about a taxi.
All right, give me a second.
It's in your chat. I mean, it's in the somebody put it
Yeah,
in there.
yeah, I found it. I'm just looking for the video itself now, showing this. Okay, give me 1 second here. Once I find it, I'm gonna share the screen. That way, you guys can all see it. So just give me 1 second. I wonder who's the original person that uploaded this.
Well, I'd seen it actually twice uploaded, once from one creator and another from another creator. But then when I went back to look for the other creator, I couldn't find the video. So I don't know.
All right, so here it's right here. This is give me 1 second here. Let me hit share screen. Can't really see it that good on that. Yeah, but whenever somebody finds the original, I will go do that one, the original one, because you can't even see it. It's like a screen and another screen within a screen. So yeah, no. I wonder how you blow that up, though. Let me see if I can blow it up real quick. You know what? It does have writing on the back of the van, but it's not. I'm trying to blow it up, and then I'm going to share it with you guys to show you what I'm seeing. You guys feel free to talk, if you want, while I do this.
I think you got us all hanging on the edge right now.
As far as
Okay,
them
all
seeing
right.
any kids, that's straight up child abuse and child endangerment.
100%.
It really is. Yep. It really is.
Not to mention it gives them a chance to find out, if the kids ever told them anything, or, it just.
Yeah, because they could look at the kid and know by facial expression,
Yep.
body language of the child and the parent. And the kid knows when he's being threatened by looking at the parent.
100%.
But and somebody else that didn't know the threat look wouldn't know.
Yep.
So they don't know if them kids are being threatened. No, it would be straight up. Plus, it would traumatize the children further.
Yep.
That's true.
That we don't need.
All right, so here we go. Let me
They said it's also on Facebook, the original video of some girl.
Oh, is that where it's at? That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
The original's on Facebook?
Yeah, they
All right.
put that.
Here we go. So I just pulled it up. Here, it should show here on the screen. And let me scroll up. Boom. All right, here it is. Okay, so you see what I mean, right? So somebody sharing the video. All right, here we go. Let's check it out. I wonder if I could use some. Let me get some sound on here. That's as big as it's going to get. So hopefully you guys can see it pretty good.
It's clear on my end.
There's gas can, trash bag. That was really quick. That was really fast. Let me see. I'm going to rewind it just a tiny bit here.
See, isn't that the cab driver right there?
No,
no. This is
that looks like
whoever's behind them.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if that was the
Whoever's
driver
recording.
or what that was.
Right. Whoever's
that
recording,
was.
that's them.
Y'all gotta
Yep.
see it.
That's another one of us out there doing the detective's jobs.
Yeah, go watch it.
I wonder how they got to know they was coming out the house unless they was driving by and just,
Well, I mean, there's people all the time out there now.
All the time watching them now.
There they go. There's the gas can. There's
See,
the bag.
gas can?
Yeah. I seen
Yep.
that.
Now you'd think they'd get a warrant for those two.
All right, so you guys just seen that, right?
Wow.
Everyone, were you guys able to all see that?
Yeah, that just brought a chill to my spine, though.
And you know what? He was moving pretty quick. He came
Yep.
walking out pretty quick, right? But what I want to do is I want to find the original.
How come they haven't went over there and arrested those two?
I don't know, but I do want to
Don't
find the
you think
original.
they should question that situation?
I do want.
I mean,
I do
that
want to
should have been
find the.
questioned 100%.
I want to find the original video of that. That way we could blow up that picture and see like a really good clear copy of it.
I know
Yep.
I sent you a picture with Trezel, Josiah. So I
Yeah,
tried my
see
best to
a
send it to you. So like
Yeah,
a
I got
screenshot.
that. I got the one that you sent, but like you said, it was a screenshot. I
Yeah.
have a program that could literally extracted the picture right out of it, you know? That way we could clear it up a whole lot more than this.
I'm not like an investigator or anything, but for me to what I think was in that bag was probably clothes.
Clothing,
It was
huh?
Yeah,
kind of,
it
like the
didn't
way
look.
he was swinging it. It
Yeah,
was
it didn't look
weird.
like it was any heavy. It looked like it was something that they could just swing around because he wasn't using any muscle or force.
Right, that's true. That's
His
true.
the gas can had more muscle use than the bag did.
So here's something I want to ask you guys. You guys, here, give me 1 second. I can't believe I just knocked this big ass thing over. Um, some people feel like the search is over and people should no longer search. What do you
That's not
guys
the
feel about
case.
that?
That's not the case. Them boys need to be found no matter what.
That's right. They need to be found. It doesn't matter who, where, how, they need to be found.
I mean, we're never going to have closure, but we need to find the bodies or the boys, one of the two.
Right,
How are we ever going to know if they're really dead if there's no body to prove otherwise?
100%.
right. Everybody here in the chat, do you guys agree with that? We got 504 people watching. Do you guys agree, 503 people, that the search should continue?
The search should guaranteed continue. It should not stop ever until those
100%.
boys are brought home.
You guys
No.
press 1 or 2 if you think it shouldn't. 1 if it should. So I'm pretty sure all of us are on the same page, right?
Yeah, I believe so. I on my end, I see a whole lot of yeses and a whole lot of ones.
Yes.
Right. Likewise. Well, that's exactly what we're going to continue to do.
And I hope this court case will bring out more information that may lead to where those kids are.
That's true, Bear Morgan. Right here. Where did Bears go? I just seen his comment right here. Here we go. Boom. That's true. Search should continue, but no reward no longer needed. Exactly.
100%.
Yeah.
People should just search regardless, reward or
Yeah,
not.
because we're
Well,
never going to know.
Exactly. We need to know whether they're dead, missing, or been sold. One of those have happened.
Right.
And for the DA to say they were dead 3 months prior, where's the evidence that this has ever happened?
They said they had enough evidence, I guess. That's crazy.
Huh?
If
I
that's
say
the
let
case,
the
so you
ball
guys-
take its course.
If
Let
the
the
DA
court.
if the DA is saying there's enough evidence and they've been charged second degree, there has to be enough evidence. Does that DA understand that if she came out with some bullshit saying that there's evidence and there's really no evidence, and it's an election year on top of that, right? She's gonna lose big time if they
She's
drop
gonna
the
lose
ball.
I think that she had all her dots in a row, her I's crossed, her T's crossed.
Yep.
I don't think she's going to let anything screw
Right.
this up.
Right.
No.
But I say let the law go ahead and convict them. Let them go to prison because they're guilty.
Right.
They're outright guilty.
100%.
But
One of
keep
them,
up the search for the boys too, because they got to be brought home one way or another. Period.
That one way or the other.
that's true. We I just seen a comment right now. I kind of messed up my train of thinking. Hold on.
Because we can set up memorials everywhere and pray for them and hold vigils. They know that we're sincere. The problem is that we also need what is classified as closure. We need the boys found.
Yeah,
Right.
they have to be found one way or another. And I say if if you have to go through every hole, crack, and cranny, well, I guess you do.
There's a lot of it's just like out there in Vegas where you are, man. You're surrounded by deserts. Picture looking for a needle, a needle in a huge desert like that. It's crazy,
It's a
man. We
needle in a haystack. I understand that, but one way or the other, and
right.
if I could get a hold of uh, the other guy that has the cadaver dogs up in shit, I can't remember where. I think he's West Wisconsin or somewhere up in there. He
Mhm.
travels clear across the United States helping in cold cases.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. You remember his
Uh,
name or
uh, I've got him on my
not
my
offhand?
YouTube list, and I'll contact him and see if we can't get something moving down here.
Yeah, that'd be
Um,
awesome. I mean, the more help, the better. We've
yeah,
covered a lot of ground. We've covered so much ground already, but there's a lot more left. A lot more. I'm gonna give Paul a call real quick. That way, I know he's waiting. Let me give him a call. That way, he could let you guys know of this other case as well.
all
But
right.
you're absolutely right. Everybody needs to know exactly what is, what took
Hey,
place. Hey, Paul,
before you go to bed, give her a
give me 1 second,
bath.
Paul. Let me. All right, Paul, I have you on speakerphone. Everybody can hear you.
Okay. I thought I'd start out with maybe one of my many phone conversations with Charles Manson. And I think I can just hit play on my computer and they should be able to hear it.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. It's about 15 minutes. And it's, let's see, phone call number 43. I think I got about 140 or 150 phone conversations with him. But it's pretty interesting. And we had a good relationship.
All right, let me let you guys can all hear Paul, right? So Paul's on
Yes.
my
Yes.
phone. You guys all hear him clearly? Okay.
Yep.
All right. Here we go.
All right, guys, you're gonna hear it. This is Charles Manson and Paul speaking. Paul, it's kind of hard to hear it.
I got your letter. I want to explain something to you. I keep my word. My word is my life. I'm a criminal. I never.
Paul. Hey, Paul. Yeah, you guys, give me a second. Let me tell Paul to hold on real quick. Paul. Here, you guys, give me 1 second. So that's I'm gonna see if we could get the actual video of that call. Give me 1 second, Paul. They can't hardly hear it. I mean, I can hear Manson himself. He's like, I'm an outlaw. I'm not a snitch. But they can't really hear. The chat can't understand what's being said. I don't know if it was the phone was too close to the mic or what. Okay, try it again. Can you guys hear this recording that Paul has now? Is that better? Or if not, we'll figure out another way how to do it. Yeah, Paul has a lot of recordings with him and Manson. As a matter of fact, did you want to give him a little background between you and Manson, Paul?
Yeah, that's well, the start of the story probably starts in about 2004 or 5, and there's a guy I knew on the Inyo County Sheriff's Department. He was head of sheriff of the search and rescue, and I was at the fairgrounds there, where I'm on the board of directors to this day, about 25 years, and it's a volunteer position, but we're appointed by the governor. Anyhow, he told me that this one guy knew where there some bodies were up at the Barker Ranch, where they stayed after they left the Spot Ranch. And they went up there. They took this guy up there who was a total clown. And, you know, after I did some investigating later on, when I got involved, the guy wasn't involved with the Manson family until after everybody got arrested. So he was pretty close. He probably had heard them talking. That was right near the house. And it was probably about 20 meters away. And subsequently, but anyhow, that's how I didn't have a dog or nothing. I just thought, wow, that's pretty interesting. And he told me that when they went up there, they were going to spend the night, but they were so creeped out, they didn't spend the night. And so anyhow, they were creeped out by the whole thing. And subsequently, when I got Buster, my first dog, I had some people come up that were basically housewives. Some little foo-foo dogs, but we went up to the Barker Ranch. We obviously told the Park Service and the Sheriff's Department what we were doing, and we got some really good alerts. And, went down, told the sheriff. They bought some camping equipment, and they wanted to go up there. And then all of a sudden, the whole thing shut down, totally shut down. And I go, like, what? And so, I had no clue. Like, they were ready to go up there and make recoveries. So, I didn't know what happened. And what I did is, people that know me know that I'm always going to do a workaround. So, there's a guy named Roger back in Ohio who knew Dr. Vass. I didn't know him yet. He says, hey, this guy I think can help you. So I called him up. He was a really nice guy. And he says, hey, get me some soil samples. So I went up there and put them in jars. I didn't have the vials in, and got soil samples from some sites there. One was right by the house, literally 15, 20 meters away. And there was actually 2 boys in there. But that's another story. Anyhow, I sent those to him, and he did all the analysis at the Oak Ridge National Laboratory. And man, they were really good. Great human decomposition on, at least on the few sites that we got hits on. And so I had them write a paper and give it to the sheriff, and it was about a 2-page report. And boy, they were not too happy with me.
Wow.
And so they were forced into going up there because now we of course had some really good press contacts too. And ultimately they brought Dr. Vass out. He came up. We had good luck. Good. Again, good science. We had a mass spectrometer, but it broke on the way up. But using some other instruments as well. And, there's people buried up there. So the sheriffs said, for at the time unknown reasons, we're not going to do anything. And they were pretty gung-ho in the beginning. I had no idea. It wasn't until years later when I spoke with a lady named Bennett Kessler. She was a reporter here in the Eastern Sierra, and just tremendous, the best reporter I've ever seen. She passed away a few years ago from cancer. And she said the reason why the sheriff shut the thing down was that if it ever became known that several people from Inyo County that are now famous people in power, it ever came out they were up there partying, rock and roll, drugs, and the whole thing, their reputations would be ruined. And he was the sheriff, and he would like to keep being the sheriff. and that's what shut it all down. But after we got those really good results, he was forced to go up there with us, and he was none too happy. I mean, none of them were. And so we went up there. Dr. Vast flew out again with his partner, and they only allowed us to dig 3 feet deep. And Manson always said, hey, on the recordings, and say, hey, one thing I do know, when you bury someone, you bury them 8 feet deep because the cops won't dig past 6. Well, on this particular occasion, they only let us dig 3 feet deep. And massive. Every site had great mass spectrometer work. The dog alerted, other dogs alerted, all kind of stuff. And this started a pretty big thing with the Park Service. It's in the national park. It's in the Death Valley National Park. And they totally went on board with the sheriff. And that was it. Then they put out this big review that we were wrong. There's no one buried up there. And so in 2010, so this started in 2007 is when we first went there. But these dog people in 2008 is when Dr. Vast came out. And ultimately came out a second time and dug 3 feet, and they said there ain't nothing there. So it was clearly, so that's what really happened is that these people did, they're very powerful in the Inyo County, and they didn't want to be exposed. Who knows? They could have witnessed murders and everything else, but certainly sex, drugs, and rock and roll was part of the thing when they were younger, and now they're running the county.
Right.
So at least they were. So that was the problem. An example of the who was the sheriff. Who, I think if you folks go to militarycorruption.com and look to the cases, and you'll see Sheriff Jeff Hollowell.
It's called militarycorruption.com.
Yes.
Okay.
And if you go to, you'll see that, and you can see the cases, and then you'll see one on Sheriff Jeff Hollowell, which is pretty interesting. At the time we were there, he was a detective sergeant, but a very close friend of the sheriff, Bill Lutz.
Right.
And so one of the, we were digging, and we found Dr. Bass and I were in the hole together, and he finds, 3 feet depth, a removable pop top. In other words, I don't know, unless you're older, you don't know what this is, but those pop tops were removable back in the day. You step on them at the beach and cut your foot. So they, in I believe it was 1974, they made the pop tops so they would come from, the can of Coke or whatever it was. They stayed attached, which is the way they are today.
Mm-hmm.
So how did that pop top get down 3 feet on top of, this backfill from the soil? When they dug a hole, they buried someone and they had a pop top in there.
Right.
I mean, that's the only logical explanation. So they carefully picked it up, photographed it and everything. And, then they said, there ain't nothing here. Well, the whole time I'm working with Deborah Tate. Her sister obviously was killed by the Manson family, and Deborah and I are good friends. And so at the time, it was her sister Patty had died, her mother had passed away, but they were all in the victims' rights, very involved in victims' rights. And they can think, you could. They were the first ones to get, where you could make an impact statement by the family if someone got murdered and that sort of stuff. So Deborah's been on the forefront of that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, hey, maybe we got to call someone. And she goes, well, I can call Jerry Brown. And I go, really? It was at that time he was the Attorney General. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then and it was right around November when the election was, and he ultimately became, the governor again. So anyhow, she called him up, and he told us, you got to go see Jim Humes. He is the Deputy Attorney General, the number 2 guy,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we travel all the way to Oakland. Deborah comes up from Southern California, come over from our side of the mountains, and go over there, and we got an hour meeting with Jim Hume. and he's a deputy attorney general. So I go, this was pretty cool. And so we meet with him and tell him about all the science, everything we got, and he's kind of squirming. And ultimately, I say, you need to take this case over. He says, we can't do that. No one's ever taken over a case. I go, yes, they have. And the example that I gave him was the freeway killers there, Angelo Bono and Bianchi.
Mhm.
I think it was cousin or uncle and Kenneth Bianchi. And I said, because the John Vandekamp wanted to be the new attorney general. And so he thought they might lose the case against Bono. So he dropped it. George Dukmajian at that time, this was about 1981, I believe, right around that time.
Mhm.
Look it up. And so Dukmajian goes, the heck with this clown, John Vandekamp. I'm going to appoint a special prosecutor. And so he appoints a special prosecutor, and then they convict Angelo Bono. And because Vandekamp wanted, a political hack, right?
Mhm.
And he didn't want to possibly lose the case. Or, a guy like Dukmajian, best attorney general we've ever had in California, in my opinion. He just said, we're going after it, man. And he won. Just
Right.
won as special prosecutor. So why this is relevant is because when we're talking to Jim Hume, I tell him that, and I give him this example. He goes, well, that's because it was our first DNA case. And so I'm pretty good on the DNA thing. It's always fascinated me. I belong to this group that, new DNA things that Fox used, and some amazing work they did back then. Well, guess what? The first DNA case in California wasn't until 1986. So he lied to us.
Wow.
So Deborah and I. So I kind of knew it was going to go south, but I didn't say nothing because I don't ever say nothing until I'm 1,000%. So it's an 8-hour drive, and I'm telling you, the whole way home is I can't wait to get to my computer and look and see when the first DNA case in California was in '86. And that's my best recollection, but right around 1986. But I'm pretty sure it was 1986. So get lied to by the chief deputy attorney general. So I kind of knew things weren't going to turn out good. And so at this time, Jerry Brown is running for governor, right? And so no one wants to mess that up. So he says, hey, they call up the chief. What this guy is a chief of law enforcement for DOJ, California DOJ. So yeah, come to the, make your presentation to the lab in Fresno Regional Lab. That's where we send all our evidence to. That's our area, even though we're on the other side of the mountains. And so I go over there and make a presentation. One guy was a real jerk. Like, I was talking about getting samples at this graveyard there. It's in about 20 miles from there, but it's where you turn off to go up to the Barker Ranch. And it's called Ballarat, Ghost Town Ballarat. Although it's not totally ghost town, but there's some people living there. Anyhow, so I got some soil samples, and I was using the soil probe on this one spot. And boy, the probe just went boom, and I fell face forward. Well, poked the hole in the casket.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's going to be a good sample. That's a good sample. And so this guy wants, that doesn't mean anything. They could have buried, no one's buried there, and they just made a hole on purpose. This guy from DOJ just couldn't lie quick enough. And so I give them all the information. I make a presentation. I got all my ducks in a row, 100%. And there was no ums or is. I mean, I knew I lived it, breathed it, everything. So go back, and now they're doing the investigation. Well, he calls me up. The guy's name's Fotis is his last name. Is the DOJ guy there. He says, that evidence of the pop top being down there in the hole, we're going to throw that out because the detective sergeant, Jeff Hollowell, said that that was on the surface and fell in the hole. Well, that's a total lie because they had these super metal detector guys. They went over there and they found like a 45 aluminum 45 casing, which we know was like 6 inches deep. We know that wasn't related because the first aluminum, ammo wasn't made till the 1980s.
Mhm.
But that pop top down there, 3 feet down, that's before 1974. And so I said, well, I'm not going to call a liar, so we're going to throw that evidence out. Then, we have to make let's see, they're going to throw that evidence out, and then they're going to write a report. So I figured, and he had told me, Deborah, before this pop top incident, Shodas had told me that, it was going to be our finding, that they told me and Deborah both that our finding was that that they did not dig deep enough, which was no kidding. I mean, where's all this human decomp from? That's irrefutable.
Right.
So we don't hear nothing for a while, like a long while. And then I call him up. I go, hey, what's up with this report? He goes, he had told me that they were going to, that was the thing on the report. So I don't hear nothing from him. And so I think it was right around December 15th. So on about 3 days before, he said that was the finding. And then, so we wait a day, and then they give the finding apparently goes to Jerry Brown or Jim Hume. And unbeknownst to us, so I go, hey, so I don't hear nothing for like a couple weeks because he submitted his report the following day.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't hear nothing. So, the holidays go by in January, I call him up and go, hey, what's up? Where's our letter saying that we were right? He goes, what are you talking about? And I go, well, the pop top obviously fell in. The data from Dr. Batts was irrefutable. He goes, no, that never happened.
That's crazy. Paul, let me ask you a question, not to cut you off. Let me ask you a question. If you're comfortable with speaking on it, feel free. Why you being a retired law enforcement official, why do you think a lot of cops or law enforcement agencies seem to not want to find people?
Well, I have a special rule on that I believe they run by, and that is if it ain't my idea and I can't take the credit, it ain't going to happen. And that's what happened with every sheriff I've ever met.
That's insane.
Yep.
That's crazy.
All it is. They get paid whether they do anything or not. You got to understand that.
Well, I know I was telling people earlier here on the live stream about how hard it's been to get them to go out there for Monique Figueroa.
Yeah, that's easy.
It should be easy.
Yeah.
But
they ain't gonna do it.
But they're not doing it.
Yeah, they'll never do it.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, so anyhow, this thing goes over there, and he denies ever saying what he told us and everything, And then I'm like waiting for the letter. Well, it's June now. I've been to Tarawa multiple times. Buster's on 3 Lakes because he had cancer. I'm coming home from UC Davis, which is one of the best veterinary establishments in California. And I'm at a Chinese place, and they called me up. I actually got the letter, and it said, "Hey, thanks for all your information. Thanks for doing this, but it's a nothing burger." Essentially, I get the letter somewhere, and so the guy I'm talking to is the head of the DOJ law enforcement, and at first I thought I was talking to someone who's mentally ill.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the guy was a complete mental midget. And he talked like, "Did you get the letter?" Yeah, I get the letter.
Did you get the letter?
Understand the letter?
He didn't talk like that, Paul. He didn't talk like that. He really
exactly how he talks.
Do it again. Do it again.
So, did you get the letter? And I go, yeah, I got the letter. And you understand the letter? I think I understood the letter. And it's wrong. And I go, hey, look at the evidence we have. We have master criminal analysis, all this other stuff. And you go, did you get the letter? Did you understand the letter? You want me to send you a copy of the letter? I go, what qualifies you to be the chief law enforcement guy, right? Okay, so now this is Kamala Harris is in charge, right? This is her number one guy, and it was an investigator, and when Kamala Harris was in San Francisco. And so this guy, I'm trying to think his name, a black guy, he's a black guy. And so anyhow, I mean, I was talking to an imbecile. And so I go, man, that was the weirdest thing I've ever heard. This guy could barely form a sentence. Well, it turns out he goes on Kamala Harris's campaign for president, right? Remember, she ran, she got like 1% vote. And Larry Wallace, that was his name, Larry Wallace. And so she's now running running a campaign. Only thing is a perv. So and you can read this. So what he does is he has the photocopy machine under his desk, not on the desk. So anytime a female employee comes in to use the copy machine, he's got to bend over and see a rear end. And you can't make this stuff. It's all, you can read it in the papers, And so anyhow, they settled for $400,000, and that's the end of Larry Wallace.
Did you get the letter?
Did you get the letter? Yeah. And so what they had is that this guy is so dumb, is they had this card. Here's the three things that you can say. Did you get the letter? You want me to send you a copy of the letter? Do you understand the letter? And that's the only three things he was allowed to say. I mean, sure, you had a 3x5 card out there. Don't screw this up, Larry.
God.
So
That's true. I'm going to be thinking about that all night now, that little voice.
Yeah. It cracks me up. And so, yeah, it goes all the way up to the top. And then we don't get the letter till 6 months later. And that's, which was odd. And so here, now this is how the system works. You people probably think that the system works really well. No, it's completely broken. So the person that signs it is the chief deputy attorney general. Jim Hume's out with Gary Brown and probably doing. He is. Took him over. So the person that's the chief deputy attorney general. What would you think you would need to be the chief deputy attorney general for the biggest state in the United States? What would be the qualifications? Like maybe an attorney? Maybe a prosecutor? What else? You still there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm just reading the comments. Go ahead.
Okay. So her name is Terry Carbaugh. She's the one that Carbgh. She's the chief deputy attorney general. Her background is this, and you can't make this up, although you can look it up. So she's the chief deputy general that says, "Hey, you guys, thanks for your time, but ain't gonna happen." So she has a bachelor's degree from Humboldt University in communications. She was a PIO for Arnold Schwarzenegger, and then went to be Maria Shriver's personal secretary. That's the qualifications for the chief deputy attorney general for the state of California.
Wow.
You can't make this stuff up. Eminently unqualified, has no clue, but she's a political hack. You can understand Kamala Harris, and if you look, she can't even form a sentence when she'd be in an interview. If you look at the TV, so that's who's running the state. It's just the system is completely broken. So, I've done all kinds of stuff. I did FOIA. FOIA, Public Records Act is for state, and then FOIA, Freedom of Information Act, is for federal. So I sent FOIA requests after FOIA requests to the Park Service because they shut this down every way they could. Ended up having a shouting match with them. They tried to gang bang me, when I was in there with the sheriff and with the Park Service, but I had all my ducks in a row. They looked stupid. And Hollowell was there, the crooked Hollowell. And like I say, look up noblehillcorruption.com. You can read all about them. And so anyhow, I got 400 pages of FOIA. 400 pages. Everything's blacked out by the Park Service. this evil woman that was the park superintendent. People called her Miss Jane because she looked like Miss Jane in the Beverly Hillbillies. So, anyhow, what do you do with it? You know, George Bush screwed this thing up. If you know what FOIA is all about. So they have, FOIA used to be, you're a citizen, you want to know what happened, you make this request and you get information. That never happened.
Right.
You have to get an attorney, and you have to go to federal. 2018 is when it expired. So, I got all this big stack of FOIA requests, but no one to help you. And finding a free attorney is like finding a unicorn. So,
right.
Yeah. And so anyhow, that's the Barker Ranch. But after that, I went to the Spawn Ranch, is where they originally stayed.
Well, not trying to cut you off. We could probably, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that want to, continue to hear about it. We should put together something, Paul, like the whole video of
we should go out and film the whole thing.
Where the Barker Ranch.
Well, Barker Ranch and the babies are at the Spawn Ranch.
Spawn Ranch, right. Yeah, I'm not going to be on that much longer on this live feed, so I'm going to, I'll give you
a little taste of everything.
Of course, yeah. Thank you for doing that, Paul. I'll give you a call here as soon as I get off.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, brother. See you later.
All right.
Bye. All right, guys. So, if you just, you're joining, you're wondering, like, hey, what are they doing? What are they talking about this guy for? We talked about the Trezel and Jacqueline in the beginning, and I was sharing with everyone that I'm going to be helping Paul on a case that he has been working for a very long time, involving other people that Manson guy ended up, him and his followers ended up killing. And there's recordings. Paul has tons of recordings of himself and Manson talking. So if you guys are interested in that, I'll be posting those as soon as Paul's ready to do that. So that was just him giving you guys a little background. Now, if you guys heard me ask Paul that question, why law enforcement? Oh wait, how did William get into the back room? Hold on, William, you're back.
I'm back.
Sorry about that.
Oh, that's all right. I had to step away for a minute anyway.
So you guys heard me ask that question. As Paul being a retired law enforcement, that, you know what, I gotta say something, guys. Paul is not a tyrant. He doesn't judge people how they look, dress, or feel, or what their past. If they had a shady past or a crazy past, that guy doesn't do that to people. He doesn't sit there and put people down. He doesn't sit there and gossip behind their backs. He does none of that. And I've learned a lot from Paul. He's been like a mentor, and he's been, teach me how to do this whole soil sample thing and everything else like that. And he's just a great person to know. He's not somebody that sits there and want to call people thousands of miles away just to gossip about some bullshit. He actually gets in his truck and drives all the way out here to search for Classic and Sincere. So, and that search is not going to stop.
And it shouldn't.
And it shouldn't. And it's not. So yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know. Paul wanted, catch you guys up to speed on that case. He also worked on the Black Dahlia case.
Yes.
And a few other ones as well. Paul's also responsible for finding, I believe, I don't want to get the number wrong. I believe it was 39 missing in action Marines. He found their graves. Him and his dog, they found the graves. So that was a lot of Marines that were gone, vanished. Nobody knew where they were at, where they were buried at, and he found them. Paul did that. So, it's an honor to know that guy. It really is. But did you want to say anything else, Mr. William or Gal? Anyone?
I think everybody else is on mute.
Well, you're not.
No, Gail is.
Oh, wait a minute. Raw the creator. Okay. I'm going to say this as respectfully as I can. I believe that people do have gifts. I just want to say something. If you actually have a gift, I will work with you. Right? But I've had a lot of people send us on wild goose chases. Oh, they're over here, they're over there, they're over here, they're over here. Look for a blue rock, look for a red rock, look for this one, look for this one, look for this one. Listen, times are hard on everyone, a lot of people. And if it wasn't for subscribers, supporters, should I say, here on the channel helping out, we wouldn't be able to get to a lot of these locations. I'm telling you that right now.
That's a fact.
So if you truly have a gift and you truly want to help, then your help is welcomed. Just don't have me out there on a wild goose chase. I would appreciate that.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
I'm just to make a comment to everybody that was saying hello to my little girl. That's my daughter. That's not my granddaughter.
That's your daughter?
That's my daughter.
You horny little devil. Everybody thought I was your granddaughter.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying. No, she's a camera hog. She loves the camera.
That's awesome. Yeah, she had a lot of
And,
people give her a lot of love.
Every time I'm on a live stream, she has to come and say hello to everybody.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
yeah, so I mean, I really hope that you guys could join back again. I'm gonna actually be getting off from this live, but you're more than welcome to come back anytime, William. Anytime.
Most definitely.
And same with you too, Miss Gail. You're on mute.
Yeah, you're
you're unmuted. Oh, now you're muted. All right, go ahead.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Did you want to put anything else out there?
Yeah, basically I looked on their disposition. Okay, at first it said on the child cruelty charges, it was just that. Now it's saying new something on there, so you might want to look. I don't understand why it would come in parentheses, new something.
What is it? A new charge or?
I don't know what it would mean, but the wording changed and it was in little parentheses, new something.
Thank you, Brenda.
Okay.
So you might want to look at their charges and their disposition.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check it out. But yeah, we will go live again, guys. You guys just try to keep in mind that I get stressed out at times, and sometimes I just need to get my head clear. You know what I mean? So just
100%.
I don't mean to, I try to update people and just, I'll leave a community post real fast and you guys know I'm okay. There has been a couple times where I say, hey, I'm going to go live. My intentions were to do that, to go live, but I just didn't get back in time, or I just didn't feel good, hungry or anything like that. But yeah, I do understand you guys. I just read this comment right here that says, I understand. But I do appreciate you guys, and I do thank you guys for, being here, your continuous love and support. Once again, William, anytime, you're welcome. And Miss Cal, you already know, anytime, you're welcome.
Thank you.
For everybody here in the chat, if you guys can, just, you know, put a bunch of blue hearts for the boys with the word justice, and let's pray for the best, man. That the boys actually, get found, or we find out exactly what happened to them. Because I get it. I mean, I don't want to sit here and say, well, let me just throw in the towel now because they're in jail and we're just going to believe everything they're saying, the cops are saying. Like all of a sudden, people want to believe everything the cops are saying. That's weird. And because I look, Paul's a retired cop. I talked to other retired cops, and I mean good cops, guys that say, you know what, you can't trust these people here because they lie about this. They don't want to search for people at all. They don't want to do this and that. So I hear them out, and I'm like, okay, you're right. And I see it. I see how they operate. And if law enforcement does not tell the truth, I keep telling you guys that some of them might, but you guys just don't start falling for everything they say. Like, oh
No,
yeah, we got this and that. How we
with the
can't do
pol-
that.
no,
We
with the
can't do that.
police,
Like everybody here knows that we have to continue to look for these bodies, right? That's what we're looking for,
100%.
right, guys? We're looking for the boys, their bodies, or maybe they're alive. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, that's what I would hope that a lot of us would be wishing for, right? That they are alive.
I would love to say that they're alive, but with
Right.
everything that's gone on and the supposed evidence and the murder charges, I mean, all we can do is hope for the best and look for the worst.
That's true. But I just can't. I mean, we have to keep looking, man.
We have to
I
keep
don't.
praying.
Yeah, we do. But all right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and end it there, and we'll see how it goes in a couple days. Oh wait, I just seen a good comment right here. Bam. Ooh, boom, bam. Thank you, ma'am.
That's a fact right there. That's
I
a
like
fact
that.
right there.
I like that right there. That's
Yeah.
a hell of a
Well,
saying.
like I said, you can't always condemn every cop, but you have to read
You
between the
can.
lines on what they say.
Right. I've met some really awesome cops, and those are the ones that will actually turn into bad guys. Even if they're bad cops.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like there's bad YouTubers, there's bad pastors, there's bad all kinds of stuff. There's a
There's
bad
bad in
seed in
everything.
every bunch. So that's just the way it is. Yeah, right. Am I running for what? Are you running for the Cal City PD chief? Yeah. Yeah, fire them all, huh? Fire everybody. Start from the
Fire
beginning.
everybody and hire the crew that helped you out the most.
Yeah. All right, guys. It is time to get out. Raw, give me Raw the creator. Just send me an email at AV.WATCHMEN@gmail.com. Hold on here. Give me a second. I just shared at the bottom of the screen, if you look, there's the email AV.WATCHMEN@gmail.com. Yeah, let me know what you find, William, with the other person with the dog
Yeah,
as well.
I'll see if I can find Ronnie and see when he's going to be out here and if he can hook up with us and get things moving.
All right, awesome. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Let me see here. Let me just read one more comment. I think I've seen something else here. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. This is pretty cool. They have a music now that you can play in the background.
Oh yeah, on the restream.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, see,
It's like
you're in StreamYard.
StreamYard, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you do any streaming?
I've done a couple, but most of mine was set up with Restream.
Oh, restream.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm out of here. See you in a couple of days. Have a good night, William.
All right, you too.
All right, God bless you. God bless
God
everybody
bless
else.
you as well.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody.